All right, guys, it's review time. And today we're going to talk about the Digital Essentials wireless controllers for Switch. $20, as you can see the price right here. This is sold at Five Below, just so you guys know. But without further ado, let's hop right into the review, put the drop in, and let's get to it. Now, to be completely honest, I happened to just walk into Five Below one day, closer to where I live in Springfield. And I happened to see this sitting on the wall. And I said, get out of here. $20 joycons at Five Below. Must be good. But anyhow, already opening them up. Naturally, it is boxed differently for you guys, in case you're wondering. It doesn't come like this. I took out all the plastic and things like that because I was actually using it all weekend. So I had them for about, since I want to say since Friday. About Friday, yeah, I believe. I had them since then. So with that being said, Friday afternoon, as a matter of fact, is when I got them. So it does have the instructions inside of here, but we're going to take a look at that a little bit later. Actually, no, I'll let you guys take a look at that yourself. We don't really need that for this review because I'm actually going to show you how to go about syncing them and how they look and all that good stuff. So here's the controllers right here. I actually like them, believe it or not. The buttons feel a little bit differently. Like this is very, very clicky right here. And also this is clicky, the trigger. So it will make a lot of noise. But what I will say is after consecutive days of using them, I've been playing games like Death's Gambit and Dark Souls that kind of require the top buttons to swing. They did get stuck. What I noticed with a lot of regular Joy-Cons or even off-brand is that a lot of times, let me put this out of the way real fast. A lot of times those headphones tend to get stuck over time, like the triggers especially. But these, so far, I know it's only been a couple of days, but they feel good so far. Of course, something that feels good today could not work tomorrow, so you're really taking a chance on any product, and that's kind of what this channel is for, to take a chance on some of these products. It did come with this charger, though. What I will say is this is very important, USB-A, and it's a double braided cord that's connected. You just plug these up to the bottom of these controllers. So one right here, as you see, I didn't push it all the way in, and one right here. That is how you charge it. Now, unfortunately, I will say this right now, right off the bat, for those that are wondering, because this is what I wondered too. If you plug this up to the switch, which I will plug it up in real time to show you. If you plug this up to the switch, what's going to happen is, unfortunately, the switch on the dock or the switch plugged in at the bottom right here will not charge these Joy-Cons. These Joy-Cons have to be charged separately regardless. So if you decide to put the cord inside the dock or alternative dock and plug them up, they'll charge. But these also have 4 hours of battery life, and they do have a rumble feature. Now, here's the thing that confused me, and because if I would have read the instructions, I would have known it right off the bat. First things first, how to sync them. We're going to talk about that first. Sorry, I'm all over the place. The sync process is if you hold the camera button you see here and you hold the home button for 5 seconds, that'll put it in pair mode, which you would then use this switch. Let's see. And go to controllers, and you will go to grip order. And then it will automatically sync it. And then, of course, you press the top buttons to actually sync the controller. But for me, mine are already synced. That's one side, it vibrated. It just take a second for the other side to come in. There we go. So I'm synced right now, real time. So with that being said, that is how you sync it. Now here's the part that was super weird to me. I'm gonna turn this off so everything shuts off. Normal Joy-Cons, you normally slide it from the top and it slides in. These don't do that. If you notice, this has the grooves right here. So you might be asking, how do you actually put these things in? This button back here is when you press it in. Now this button presses this piece in. What that does is that, oh, I actually turned it back on. I forgot. Now that they're synced through Bluetooth, they automatically will come on if I hit the power button or hit buttons. It snaps in like so. You just put it in. Now you may try to put it in like this, like what's going on? Why is it not working? Because you have to hold this button. You have to press this button in. The easiest way to do this is just the way I've done it. Is if you line this piece up right here at the bottom of the switch, hold the button in. Let me see, hold on, let me do that. And then press, there you go. It snaps right in. I'll do it one more time for you guys. It was a little pain they have to get out, there we go. Press the button in, Line it up at the bottom so you have it even, and it snaps right in when you let go. Same with this side over here. Go ahead and put that in. Good to go. So what we have here is basically 2 working Joy-Cons. Now, what I will say is that it actually shut off. Give me a second. All right. There we go. Now, what I will say about this is that the buttons feel good. It's actually very, very responsive. I don't have any issues with playing any video games. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and load up. I don't really need to load up anything, to be honest. But I'll just do it anyway for just video sake. Let me just load up World War Z to give you an idea of how the buttons actually feel. Actually, it feels really good. I was very, very pleasantly surprised on how smoothly this thing operated and how responsive the buttons are. Now, granted, I'm not a huge Joy-Con fan. I've always one of those people where I have an actual case that sits into this, and it's easier to use because I have bigger hands, and when you're playing video games with smaller Joy-Cons, they tend to cramp up sometimes, especially for adult fingers. Kids too, but mainly adults. And I always had that issue where I'm either in dock mode. As of lately, I've been in dock mode. As I get older now, I care about dock mode. Before, I was always in handheld. But with that being said, they feel very, very good. Like, it's not much to really say about Joy-Cons. The only issue I have is that 4-hour battery life. If this would have lasted at least 8 hours, 6 to 8, I would have felt like, it would have been a lot more stable in my opinion. But the average person isn't necessarily playing their Switch for 4 hours straight. We're talking about like a working man, someone like me. If you have a kid, are they really going to make me connect to the internet in order to play this? You know what's funny? I don't think I ever played this game without being online. I guess it does have an offline mode, as a matter of fact. So this video is pretty much over for the most part, but I'm just going to show you how the Joy-Cons actually operate in real time while connected to the Switch itself, assuming it lets it load. I tell you, that's one thing about the Switch and the PC. Boy, PCs load substantially faster. Yes, I want to skip that step. All right, let's see. Campaign. Offline. All right, it's going to start soon. Then I'll be able to actually click the buttons and show you guys how this thing operates. But again, like I said, one is connected in this mode right now. Normally with other alternative Joy-Cons, some other ones, you could just dock it and it'll still charge the left and right side. I actually have some off-brand that does that. But like I said, unfortunately, you will have to plug these in the bottom right here, unfortunately, and charge them that way. And again, it only lasts for 4 hours. So if you're one of those people where you play the Switch, then you put it on a charger, then you play the Switch, you put it on a charger, you play the Switch, put it on a charger, these Joy-Cons aren't going to hold up for you. But if you're one of those people where you just play it for the 4 hours, close to where the Switch is dead, and because depending on which game you play on the Switch, to be honest, the battery life isn't that long. So that's probably why I had the 4-hour battery life. And then you're able to just plug this up along with the Switch while this is charging on the dock. And you can just have everything charging at the same time. But in reality, these don't really replace regular Joy-Cons, in my opinion. It's more so like an extra pair to have in case something happens. All right, so as you can see, it operates very well, very smoothly. I don't have any issues with shooting. I have no issues whatsoever. Very responsive. Like other Joy-Cons tend to be not that responsive, I noticed. While these, well, the off-brand ones, while these are very, very responsive. I like it. Yeah, it's pretty good. So that is that. I'm not going to go ahead and play a full game. I'll definitely get into that. But yeah, long story short, the Joy-Cons are actually very, very good. Again, for the price tag, $20, I think it's definitely worth it. The only downside is that you can't charge it at the same time as a Switch. If they would have been able to do that, it'll be a no-brainer. Also, this is more so for handheld mode. Granted, you can use this on a PC if need be because it does run Bluetooth, so you can connect it to other devices. I wouldn't, primarily because who wants to use 2 separate Joy-Cons in each hand while sitting in front of a computer? That doesn't make any sense. Also, that there's no piece that sits in the middle of this to make it one controller. If you decide to put it in TV mode, you'll just have to use it separately in each hand, which is the real pain. So these Joy-Cons really, in reality, are made to be connected to the system at all times. So that's something to think about. So if you're in handheld mode, these are perfect. If you're out of handheld mode, yes, you can still use these as Bluetooth separate devices, but it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel as sturdy. The accessories that snap onto this won't work the same way. It just won't respond the same way, if you know what I mean. But other than that, it's pretty good. So with that being said, $20, you can save yourself some money. Obviously, if you can't afford the $79 Joy-Cons if they break, I totally understand. There are alternative ones that you'll want to get. And this isn't a bad alternative to hold you over until you're able to get the Joy-Cons that you want again. So with that being said, that's the end of the video. Like, subscribe, and let's talk about it in the comment section.